Hello everyone, I'm Joel Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access Television, inviting you to another edition of Missoula Live. I'm with my co-host.
I'm Kim Anderson. I'm a board member of MCAT and the Director of Grants and Programs for Humanities Montana. And I was making that little frowny face because you just told me some sad news.
Just a problem in my home. Nothing that $15,000 can't cure.
No,
I guess it's like that thing of home ownership, right?
Yes, it is. There's always something.
For the worst. Mm-hmm. So I just have the worst in the form of a very deep sewer connection. That's not connected. Oops.
You can hear Carolyn Patterson is here with us on the other couch. But first, do you have some things to say?
A few things I wanted to say. I am very gratified to report that our Saturday animation for kids between the ages of 9 and 13 is going very well. We've had lots of kids drop by. In recent Saturdays, we've had 12, 17, too many, and 15 kids.
An overly full house.
Right, overly full. But that doesn't mean we know that there's always going to be capacity.
Right.
So I would, again, offer to parents, grandparents, caregivers, everyone out there, MCAT has these Saturday animation drop-in workshops for kids between the ages of 9 and 13. It's every Saturday from 1 to 5 p.m. And the fee for 4 hours of fun with Legos and Play-Doh, wireframe, and Neil Wells, high school student, he's working on an outrageous animation that is culled from those video games people play, where characters walk and talk and you can make them do stuff. So there is a PSA Scott's going to play sometime in the course of the show. It will show this thing. Yeah. Like,
so the cost.
Tough guys talking.
The cost for 4 hours of that.
Yes, $10.
That's like
it's cheaper than babysitting.
It is. It's half the price of babysitting.
And as we mentioned, the children learn a skill that if they don't want to be sent back to where they came from, they need to learn.
And I mean, you could probably just send them out to work the next week.
Yeah, right. As animator. The one kid's
way.
dad came and he's a professional animator. He works in his house or whatever. He showed us stuff like he made for the NFL and all kinds of amazing eye-popping stuff. So you never know.
So every Saturday.
Every Saturday that is ongoing.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve. The first 15 they can handle the first 15, which is not to throw panic into anyone, because one time we had 17 and they realized it was too many.
Yeah.
There are 4 kind of counselor activity people for this event, so we want to keep that ratio.
Right, because it probably takes quite a bit of supervision to be really an educational experience.
I think so. And they've been doing, that segues into my summer camp harangue. So we have our summer camp schedule for summer camps in media at MCAT. I don't know if Scott's going to put up the website. I don't know, it doesn't matter. We have a kind of poster.
It's already time to start thinking about summer camp.
The good thing is it means spring is coming.
Yeah.
It's coming anyway. It's not here. But the wildlife filmmaking is being offered again. Okay. And you can go to MCAT.org and download a registration form, fill it out, and we need their signature, right, to consign their child to our care. I'll just say the dates, or no, I'll say a kind of camp too. So wildlife filmmaking, the kids are going to go to Kate Davis's Raptors of the Rockies.
Always amazing.
Resource. Wonderful. I went the first time last year, and it was great. That's June 20th through the 24th. They will do a documentary about a kind of raptor, whether it's kind of owl or a peregrine or an eagle. Animation camp, more of the same.
Yeah.
But think of how perfected it will be by this time in July. This is July 11th through the 15th. These 2 camps are afternoon camps. They're $110 for a similar 1 to 5 experience, 5 days a week. Except typically on Wednesdays, they start earlier to get like a bigger project jump. Like when they make the field trip to Kate Davis's Raptors of the Rockies, that's going to be on a Wednesday. They come at 10.
Right.
Now, here is departure, and I should stop talking about it. Movie making camp. Scott Ramth, known to thousands in town from our show Wake Up Missoula, our morning show, 8 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Scott wants to offer something a little different. And this is going to be for a tougher age group, I think, to attract Missoula, prove me wrong. Kids between the ages of 13 to 17, 18 he wants.
Okay, so he wants mature filmmakers.
Right, and we shouldn't even call it camp. This is not camp. This is a workshop.
Right.
It's not camp. Camp is for kids.
It's a summer workshop.
This is a summer workshop, and it's to make a comedy zombie movie. Comedy zombie movie.
Oh.
So
I think you might get teens
maybe
who
teens will do
can't
it.
resist the zombie challenge.
Prove me wrong. I was kind of like, that's a departure. You know how fearful departures make me.
I don't like change either.
Right? So July 25th through July 29th, all the live-long day, they're going to do this. Like, that seems really crazy. But teenagers come here at 9 on a summer morning to be a zombie.
I don't know, Scott, maybe you should make it 10.
29th. He's going to come out and hit us, so we'll stop talking about that.
Okay.
The last thing I wanted to mention, Gwen Hoppy, MCAT board member, MCAT artist in the schools many years ago in the 90s.
Oh.
She came by. Her neighborhood is like just west of mine, around South 2nd, South 1st West. Riverfront. Duh. So the Riverfront people, have decided as a neighborhood get-together, why not make art at Free Cycles, which is just down the street,
that's nice.
right on 732 South 1st West. And you could do this on Thursdays throughout February.
What a nice idea.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah.
Join a class hosted by a guest artist or bring your own materials and work in the creative company of others. You bring knitting and crocheting to this thing and just hang out.
And I'm
talk to
actually,
people.
my coworker is an artist. I want to tell her about that.
Yeah. Supplies will be provided
So you
for
don't
first
have
24.
you don't have to live in the neighborhood.
I suppose not.
Oh, you do.
I don't know.
What's the intent?
This project is funded by a neighborhood grant from the Office of the
So
Neighborhood.
maybe it's for people who live in that neighborhood.
Golly. Anyone go.
We've just made it
Break
up
the thing.
citywide.
That's right.
Go ahead.
You can reserve a spot by emailing riverfrontartnight@gmail.com or just show up at Free Cycles every Thursday,
in February.
6 to 8:30.
Great. Nice
Done and done. Now Carolyn's been waiting so
poor
patiently.
Carolyn. Thank you for being so patient.
Yeah.
My pleasure. I'm happy to hear all these exciting things going on.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
So you were here visiting us from the Missoula Writing Collaborative, and you've got some exciting things going on.
Yeah, we have. We're really excited about what is a really new venture for us, which is a one-day writing workshop featuring all of the writers who teach for us. And it's going to all be downtown, and we're going to have a luncheon at the Top Hat and show Richard Hugo's the movie about Richard Hugo kicking the loose gravel home.
Wow.
And then we'll
Nice.
finish the day with a cocktail hour at Radius Gallery. So there's 3 kind of sets of classes, and the classes are on everything from form poetry to teaching poetry across the curriculum. That's a little more designed for teachers. There are fiction classes, there's nonfiction classes, and there's a charge. The classes are each $60, and then as you take more classes, the charge is lessened. I think it's $150 for the day. But teachers can get renewal credits from
great.
the Office of Public
that's
Education.
good.
So, and I think there are 3 renewal credits for the whole day. And we're really excited about it because it's a way for us to kind of showcase the talents of the teachers in our organization.
It's such a great idea. Now, I just want to clarify, while the Writing Collaborative is primarily known for the great work it does with kids in classrooms, this is for adults, right?
This is for adults.
Got it.
Now high school kids, we didn't put an age limit on it.
Sure.
But, so if, older kids and, of course, college students and so on want to
Right.
take it. But this really is geared toward adults. So we're hoping to get teachers who are interested in renewal credits, obviously, but also just the general public who is interested in taking a poetry class, or one of the classes I think is on writing poetry in form, which is always kind of fun to do.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
And then this class, obviously this class on teaching across the curriculum is a great one for, figuring out how to use poetry in a science class or a history class or so on. And one class is just on how to kind of increase the tension in your fiction, which is a great
really
story. It's a great idea for a class.
It's
a great skill.
And there are tricks to make it a little easier. That's,
Yeah. So, and a lot of, actually, once we've gone up, we put all the different classes up, a lot of the writers wanted to take each other's classes. So that's been kind of fun. But everything is, we have classes at Fact and Fiction, Shakespeare and Company, Boyle, Devney and Meyer, and what am I missing? The Missoula Public Library. So everything is kind of within walking distance, and there's enough time between classes so that if people want to walk back and forth, that's easy enough to do. But it's all on March 5th, and we thought, it'd be a good thing to do when the weather's kind of dreary. And, and we're really excited about it because we feel like, there's a lot of good teaching that's going on with in the classroom, but we're excited to share it with the public at large.
Now Scott has the web page up again. He had it up earlier. So if people want to sign up or find out more about it, they go to your website, right?
Yes, and we have a brand new website. It's just gone up. And they can register on the website or download the registration information and send it into our post office box, P.O. Box 9237, I believe, 59807. But it's all on the
on the website.
The registration form
it.
and everything is on the website. So anyway, we're really hoping to get a lot of people. We've sent information all around the state, so we're hoping to attract people from Missoula as well as Helena and the Bitterroot Valley and so on, that maybe people that just want to try something out for a day.
Yeah.
And,
meet people interested in writing from around the state.
Right. People who are interested in writing from around the state, teachers who teach writing, who maybe want a refresher, or people, just writing that want to meet other writers. Sometimes it's when you're off writing in your own study, it's kind of a lonely pursuit, and it's a nice way to meet people.
Yeah, it's a great way to find your community, kind of.
Right.
I mean, and for anyone who's ever taken a writing workshop, they're fun. They're lots of fun.
So fun.
And good to push yourself a little. March is a perfect time for that.
Yeah. And then we thought with the luncheon, the film is about a half an hour, I think.
20
so
minutes maybe.
It's pretty short,
Yeah.
so it still gives people a lot of time to visit. And then with the reception at the end, it's kind of a nice way to
That's really cool.
to wrap up
being
the
in the
day.
Radius Gallery at the end of the day for your cocktail hour.
Right. Be surrounded by beautiful art. And,
Right.
And it gives everybody kind of a nice way to unwind and talk about their days. So
did we tell people watching who may not be familiar with Missoula Writing Collaborative the mission and the kind of work we do in the schools? Could you just say that
Sure.
so people know? One, you told me it was a fundraiser too, right?
Right.
And it's for a very good cause, which is this activity.
We're doing this in lieu of a fundraiser because we feel like this is a way for us to raise money that's also in line with our mission. And our mission is that for 21 years now, we have brought creative writers, professional creative writers who have extensive publications into the public schools to teach creative writing. So we are in 28 schools from all the Missoula public schools in the 4th grades through, and we're in about 5 or 6 schools on the Flathead Reservation, and then we're in schools, real small little schools in Ovando and Potomac, and in high schools in Seeley Lake and Big Sky, and also in CS Porter. So, and it's a wonderful program because kids really do learn how to write because they're writing from their own lives.
Yeah.
And they're really passionate about it.
And I get in my Facebook feed, beating my face every morning, waking up. What are they doing in town? Wonderful examples of this writing. If you sign up, maybe if you like Missoula Writing Collaborative on Facebook, then you get to see some of the kids' writing that's come out of this program, some of which is really remarkable to me. And other people probably too would be like, this speaks to me or that. And so,
yeah, we post Monday poems, which is really fun. And so I try to, highlight poems from all different schools, all of our different schools, and they're remarkable.
Yeah.
And these are just young kids who are producing this amazing work. But a lot of that credit goes to our writers as well, who really have done this for a long time and know how to, help those kids dig for that material.
So you say they're teachers and practitioners, because sometimes they're really well
That's right.
regarded practitioners.
Oh, they're all published authors.
That are just dangerous as teachers. But the crew that you have are known to be able to interact with people and find some common ground and actually teach them something in the process.
And I think part of that I think that combination, what you're saying, is really important, that the fact that they're practitioners who face a blank page every day or most every day, just like kids do, is really important.
It's the same fear and frustration, no matter how old or professional you are.
Exactly.
Scott says we have to go, but I want to get
March
the logo.
5th.
Yes, please repeat all that.
Yes,
and 10 to 5. The classes, one class is $60, 2 classes is $110, and 3 classes is $150. And then just sign up at the website.
So go to, do we have the website on there?
MissoulaWritingCollaborative.org.
And sign up. It's going to be a fun day. And Carolyn's going to come back in a week or two, and we're going to talk about some other stuff we're doing together.
Oh, excellent. Oh, yeah. We
That's
spent
fine.
so
We
much
have
time.
plenty of time.
So as though, we're in a hurry, but before Carolyn goes, I want to talk about this logo because, and Scott, can you zoom in on it? Everybody kind of knows it, but maybe not. I'll hold it real steady.
Everyone does.
Roman Kutzer, graphic designer here in town, designed this logo for MCAT maybe in 1990, 91. But you said you know who this is.
Oh, I know that cat. Yes, I do.
And you do too.
I do too. I remember that cat very
Across
well.
the hall from the artist who designed this lived at that time not my husband, but someday to be my husband.
Neil, above Bernice's Bakery and everything.
Neil McMahon and his famous black cat Lorenzo.
Oh, so it's Neil's cat Lorenzo.
Yes. And so
Wow.
Roman used Lorenzo as the model for the MCAT logo. And many years later, here I am on the board.
Isn't
It's
that
like
crazy?
it was meant to be.
Right. And I lived right around the corner from that bakery and still do. So, okay, we're going to show you, I hope you can show Neil's, yes? He can show, you will see Neil Well, student at Hellgate High School, made this animated promotion for the Saturday animation drop-in I was telling you all about, 1 to 4, kids 9 to 13. Here you go, we'll be right back.
Welcome, my friends, to Missoula Community Access Television, MCAT. And here, every Saturday afternoon, we're having a drop-in animation camp, and where you can do such wonderful things as do animating things of great all endeavors, like make Legos come to life. Or like this. Just do that. It'll be amazing. Here at MCAT, 500 North Aiken, Suite 105, every Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Birthdays come and go, each year adding up to a lifetime full of extraordinary moments. At Missoula Aging Services, we promote the independence, dignity, and health of older adults. we are ready to help connect seniors to the help they need. Knowing you've got friends to support you, each birthday can be special. See how we can help. Call 728-7682 or log on to MissoulaAgingServices.org.
Buckle up, Montana. Life is a ride you want to stay on. Send a buckle up reminder to a friend at plantolive.mt.gov.
Sergeant Greg Amos with the Missoula Police Department. I'd like to talk a little bit about something I see downtown routinely, and that is pedestrians crossing against the pedestrian heads. So I'd just like to explain what is actually legal. You cannot begin crossing in the crosswalk when it's either flashing and in the countdown or solid red. The only time it's legal to begin crossing in that crosswalk is when the white crossing sign is displayed. What the countdown is for, and the only thing that that's there for, is to tell you how much time you have to finish crossing the street, presuming that you started when it was legal to do so.
You're supposed to get over that.
Hi.
Well, we could just finish up that apparently, and you guys just saw it, when this countdown downtown has a walk light, and then it has typically 20 seconds, and it starts counting down. For that 20 seconds, you're supposed to sit there and watch helplessly as it counts down, and you're going to wait through a whole new cycle.
I'm afraid you're looking at a scofflaw.
Yeah. Me too, right?
Because that's just, no one does that.
Right. It is odd, but some of the benefits, and I've noticed this, if autos are trying to make a left-hand turn, it gives them that 20 seconds that the crosswalk is clear and they can finish their business.
Clears the traffic out.
Otherwise, they're hanging out and somebody behind so. But everybody races, right? They see the 10 seconds like, damn, I can make that. No problem. So anyway, that's a long introduction to Mr. Ashby Kinch. He is here to talk about the University of Montana Alumni Association Community Lecture Series. Welcome. Thanks for waiting.
Thanks for having me.
You know that.
So the lecture series been going on a long time. It's very popular in town.
Yeah, this will be the 18th year, and it's a wonderful way for the university to showcase some of its best professors, its researchers, and to invite the community to come in and hear what we're all about. And we've in the past had topics that were great interest to the area. Birds, for example.
Yeah, I remember that.
We did one on Russia, and then a few years back we did one on the beauty of the brain. And I had the great fortune of being part of that one. It was a multidisciplinary, so I'm an English professor, but they asked me to come in and talk about how to think about the brain in literature. And I think that's one of the unique attributes that I really like is the cross-disciplinary collaboration. So it's exciting.
And this year's topic is something that's very timely.
Yeah, the humanities, Although it has to be said, we chose the topic way before the recent budget
Just good luck.
crisis. No, we did. We chose it way back in September, and the Community Lecture Series Committee asked me and Anya Jabor to come and meet with them and think with them out loud about how we might integrate the humanities. And usually the idea or the topic is a uniform theme. And this year, instead, we decided to have it be the humanities and draw and showcase humanities professors from a bunch of different departments. So Anya and I went and met with colleagues and talked with some colleagues we thought would be really good for this. We wanted to get some young, fresh blood in, so we have Quan Ha from the English department, Vietnamese-born professor of English who came and studied in the United States and does incredible work on the history of the Vietnam War in literature and the way community forms around these texts of trauma. And we're very excited about that. Bénédicte Boisseron from Modern and Classical Languages. She's a French professor who studies Afro-Caribbean literature. And so we have some interesting topics that I think people are going to, it's going to expose them to new ideas on topics they already know about, Vietnam War. And then I think it's going to expose them to some new literature and some new thinking in areas that they never heard of.
Yeah. Are they on the same night per week, like a Tuesday or something?
So 6 weeks in a row, starting February 16th on Tuesday night.
They are
so
Tuesday.
Tuesday night, 7 to 8:30. research shows. Tuesday night, you're most likely to catch people. They're not gone for the weekend. It's beginning of the
Ashby,
week.
MCAT has a media assistance grants program, so we record the series every year,
Yeah.
and the Wilderness Lecture Series, and the President's Lecture Series, and the
Right.
Provost Distinguished Faculty Lecture Series. So sometimes we have 5 videographers out on the campus of University of Montana on
A Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, and
I saw
unfortunately,
that coming.
sometimes they conflict. But I think we've done a pretty good job. It's 7 to 8:30, and I think we catch a little window in there.
And where are they held?
They're in the UC Theater,
The UC
third floor, and seats about 200. And I'm told the ticket sales have been quite brisk, so
Good.
we're encouraging people to buy their series ticket. And then you asked this before
Yeah.
we went on, that you can buy individual tickets for individual events if you're going to be out of town for some of them and you want to go to just a couple.
Just show up at the UC Theater
Yep.
in that case?
Yep. Can't promise you, it may be sold out. It may
I
be-
know. I'm a little nervous because I'm leaving town. I'm going to miss the first
Is
two.
it a pricey experience by all
don't think
6?
so.
And I should know this off the top of my head, but I
Well, they
don't.
can look. Scott's been showing
The
I wanna say
website's
it's
been-
My
$60.
recollection
Yeah.
was something like this: $10
Yeah.
last year or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
$60 for all of that, and people at home can now see the
great.
overarching
Right.
title, making sense of ourselves. I like that.
Yeah.
I just want to say I think it's a great idea. As someone who works at Humanities Montana, I think it's a great idea because I think a lot of people are intimidated by the concept of the humanities or think it's kind of academic disciplines that don't have anything to do with their day-to-day life. And of course, nothing could be farther from the truth.
Yeah, and I think every one of these speakers are going to exactly make that point. Anya Jabor is talking about, I guess it's not up there anymore,
No.
but Anya
You are.
Jabor is talking about a biography of a women's activist in the late 19th, early 20th century. Fascinating woman. Her name is Sophonisba Brackenridge.
Oh, yes.
You want to live in a day when people named
my
each other
gosh,
Sophonisba.
Bring it back.
But a brilliant, intelligent woman, far ahead of her times, really pushing for, women's rights. And grew up in Kentucky in the sort of shadow of the Civil War. And so, Anya's work's fascinating. She's bringing this life, to life. She's bringing out from the archive, from 14,000 little scattered documents in the Library of Congress, pulling a life together out of it. And I think people will be fascinated about both the craft of his history, how history gets made, and the kind of some from the mundane to the ecstatic moments of realization. But then also hearing the voice of this amazing woman from the past. And then Jillian Campana is a lot of people in the community know her.
Jillian's great.
She's gets around a lot. She's got a
Right.
wonderful
Very
personality.
active.
She's a wonderful presenter, but she's going to be talking about empathy and the cultivating of empathy in theatrical practices and some of the community work that she does to sort of get people to dig in and find those resources in themselves that are going to help them in their daily life and their interaction with other people. And then I guess the only one I haven't talked about is David Sherman. And David's a philosopher. He's one of our star researchers, very widely published, very well respected. And he's going to talk about the concept of justice and the ways in which this abstract idea kind of has unfolded in the way we define it over time. And so we have kind of a little bit of everything, a little history, a little philosophy,
Yeah.
some literature.
Empathy, justice, women's issues. I mean, it's all happening right now. It's all stuff
I'm sure
we need
there'll
to
be
talk about.
colonialism in the Vietnam
Yeah,
Absolutely.
section. There'll be
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and colonialism and Benedict's talk,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
amazing. It addresses some fascinating. In fact, I've seen her give talks where she makes this connection between Ferguson, where police dogs have been used in some of the protests, and early 18th century slave revolts, where the police
Right.
dogs were brought in to try to quell slave revolts. So it's an interesting talk because thinking about how real animals have been used in the policing of colonialism.
Wow.
And then also how in the media some of those same images circulate. So it's,
Sounds really great.
Great series.
Scott's pushing us along. I guess he's our timer today.
Yes,
He's like,
that's good. Someone
well,
has to.
you still have 3 more guest sets.
Yes.
And so on. But
Ashby, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure.
I
my
think it was
pleasure.
a really
I look
fascinating
forward to
glimpse.
this every year. Yeah, and so thanks for putting it together this year. We will be there.
Hope to see you there.
All right.
All right, you guys will be right back. We have 3 more sets of guests, so don't go away. But look at this, and we'll be right back.
I'm Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
For the last 30 years, the Montana Hope Project has been granting wishes to Montana children who face life-threatening illnesses.
I'm Montana Hope.
To make a donation and help their wishes come true, please visit montanahope.org.
We are Montana Hope.
The poll book judge has an important role on Election Day. The poll book is primarily used to document each ballot that is issued at the polls. The poll book judge writes the name of the voter in the poll book sequentially as the register judge announces the first and last name of the voter. The poll book judge should make sure the name is printed legibly and must ensure that the name is written with the correct ballot number. If a voter spoils their ballot and receives a new ballot, the poll book judge must write "spoiled" in the poll book beside the spoiled ballot number and re-enter the voter's name and the new ballot number. The poll book must also note if the voter is issued a provisional ballot. Remember, at the end of Election Day, or during early pickup of ballots, if applicable, the number of actual ballots in the ballot box must be reconciled back to the poll book. So careful entry is critical for the job of poll book judge. The poll book reconciliation is done for each early ballot pickup and at the end of Election Day. In summary, the poll book judge is responsible for the accounting process of ballots on Election Day. This is a big piece of documenting the accuracy of the election.
Never done this.
So we're back.
We
and
are.
We have 2 lovely dancers from Baird Dance.
Here's Hanna and Jess. Welcome. Thanks for coming here.
Thank you for having us.
You know it. So tell people a little bit about the company and the upcoming.
Great. So we're in our 5th season as Baird Dance. We're a modern dance company, one of the only ones in Montana, the only one in Missoula. And we do several shows a year and a film festival. And this is our last show for the season.
So
Go ahead. No.
I was just going to say it's called All About Moon, and it's based off of any myths or beliefs or anything you might have ever heard about the moon. It's all fair game, and we're creating it collectively with the direction of Joy French. And it's coming out really good so far.
Oh, it sounds interesting.
When is the concert going to be?
March 10th through 13th.
Okay.
It'll be 8 o'clock every night with 2 matinees on Saturday and Sunday.
And you're going to be performing where?
At the Par TV.
Oh, great.
At
Beautiful
the University
space.
of Montana. Yeah, down in the open space.
The big open space downstairs.
Oh, I
That's
love
very
that. I
nice.
haven't been there
Yeah.
in a long time.
It's
That
really
giant wood floor,
Yeah.
all the mirrors and
beautiful.
stuff.
Yeah.
My neighbor is interested in dance. You know, Lee McAfee. I don't know if you
Lee Rizzo. Lee Rizzo is in here. She's a member of Baird. Yeah, Lee will be dancing.
You know, I would often go to see her in performances there. Which
Oh,
was
they're
in college.
they're showing some
Oh,
neat
already?
things.
Okay.
Look how nice
So,
this is.
you know, MCAT recorded one of their performances
This
too.
is
and I
the last
forgot.
one.
The Scott said he was going to show a clip.
Oh,
Right.
And Kelly had sent over, you know, the Vimeo thing, but I don't know.
This was the
Where-
most recent one that you did, the solo show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's clever. Look at all that. Oh, Amy Ragsdale, she's off in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of guest artists that came and helped collaborate on that
I guess
one.
that's all we get to
That was great. And I also got to see the fundraiser you had earlier this year. The fundraiser you had earlier this year in the Florence building, in the Glacier building.
Yeah,
That was so fun.
That was a really fun show to put together.
I bet.
Really interesting space to work with.
Yeah, I bet. So, I mean, I'm just so impressed at the number of things you have going on in your season and the audiences that have shown up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. Now, in terms of tickets for this final concert of the season?
They're going on sale soon.
Okay.
They can be purchased at our website, which which is bearbaitdance.org, or if you happen to know a company member, we have a limited number of tickets available also.
And how much?
I believe $14 at the door, $12 in advance.
Oh, that's nice.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah,
how you
that's
people
some
can
great
like all volunteer.
We just want people to come.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be a great. So the theme is the moon.
Yes.
And choreography by
Joy French, but we're all contributing.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of everybody in the show.
Great.
How many people are in the company?
There's
4 company members, and we have 2 apprentices that are actually in high school. The 2 really amazing girls.
Yeah. What an opportunity for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so everyone will take a turn being choreographer for the concert.
They're collaborative, yeah. So
Yeah.
Joy is really leading the show, but then there are some times where she'll be like, "Well, I need an 8 count," so somebody jump in. And,
Or she'll throw out some words, and we'll have to try and create like a landscape or something with our bodies, and she'll take that and talk to us, and it'll grow as we move.
Nice.
That's one of the cool things about modern dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like jazz in a way, that there's often room for improv or
I'm glad we showed that clip because
Yeah.
it is difficult to explain to people, whether they're going to like it or not. It's difficult to use words to say, well, this is what modern dance is like. And the people that have never seen it, or to them it's so foreign, I think they're more bewildered than ever if you use words.
Yeah.
But we just kind of showed a little bit of
Yeah.
that clip at the beginning.
Yeah, and really the best way to find out about modern dance is to go.
Absolutely,
come.
yeah. And this show is great because it has such a broad mix of styles. There's really something for everybody. There's popular music, there's sound score from the actual moon landing.
Oh,
Yeah.
And here we have another
Scott's showing
sample
it again.
with the dates, so
Taking
that's good.
Anti-word thing quite serious. And this one had live music, right, with the violinist?
Yeah, and from what I understand, that was improvised, both
Wow.
with the dancer and the musician.
And the violinist. Wow.
Yeah.
So March 10th through the 13th,
8 p.m.
8
and 2 p.m. shows on the Saturday, Sunday,
Yes.
that weekend.
And at the Part TV building on campus in the lower level.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you have a really
I do
successful
too.
run.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming over.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
having
much.
us.
We'll be right back with a few more guests on this edition of Missoula Live. Stay with us.
Thank you.
A great day for me includes a walk outside with my wife.
My great day includes reading a good book.
A great day for me includes the morning crossword puzzle.
My great day includes playing the piano.
As you grow older, Missoula Aging Services can help direct your aging journey with a new Options for Better Aging program. Give them a call at 728-7682 to find out more.
Sergeant Greg Amison with the Missoula Police Department. I'd like to talk a little bit about bicycles riding on the sidewalks in the city of Missoula, which we see a lot because Missoula is a very bike-friendly town. I would just like to let bicyclists know that they do have to yield to pedestrians on the sidewalk safely because they travel faster than a pedestrian, so they do have to do that in a safe manner. And then when you get to a crosswalk, you are actually required to slow your bicycle down to what would be called a pedestrian pace, and you cannot begin crossing until it's safe to do so.
People for that.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
Well, we're still talking about the thing you're really not supposed to cross when the numbers start the countdown.
I know.
And I was about to say, every so often, and usually it's at the start of school and the end of school, the police department's like, well, let's go hand out some tickets to people that
Warnings,
walk.
usually.
Okay, warnings. All right, Salina and Bridget are here from MCT. They're talking about the new show, The Complete Works of William Shakespeare, but it's abridged.
Well, that's the joke. That it's the whole idea being that we do all 37 Shakespeare plays in 2 hours. So it's basically kind of cutting out all the and keeping, you know, like all the 16 comedies become one comedy because they really didn't need 16 comedies. That kind
It's
of
like
thing.
the funny Cliff Notes.
Yes, that's exactly what it. Yeah, that's actually the perfect way to
Is that
describe
how
it.
it's done, or do you go really fast, or
Ideally.
part of it is the editing, or both?
What do you mean?
Well, in one instance, and I'll say this by way of example, my older sister always loved to take me to, on eastern Long Island, in a quaint town, they did a Dickens, what's that called? Christmas Tale, Scrooge, that kind of
A Christmas Carol?
Carol, right. And then at the end of it, they would do the entire play in 5 minutes. And then they did it in 3. And then they did it in 2. And then they did it in 1. They kept cutting out the words until, since you had seen the whole play for 2 hours, and then the 5 minutes, you were amazed at how it took you right through within 2 minutes. They just said all the key words. Or did the key scenes with one key word. So
And
I'm wondering if it's
it's kind of a balance of that there is certainly some stuff we like. Hamlet and some of that stuff that people know really, really well.
Right.
You can kind of play around with it. There's some things like there's a bit about Titus Andronicus and some more obscure stuff that just goes so far over the edge.
Hands off, all that
Yes,
stuff.
and you can make some good jokes about like
I suppose
stumpy
you
hands and
could.
stuff. But we'll see how the crowd receives that. But the stuff that's really well known, you can pretty much do anything and people will go with you. But there's definitely some, let's shorten it up. Let's just like, this play's ridiculous. We're not even going to do that.
Yeah.
And then there is some stuff again at the end that's like, well, let's try backwards. Well, let's do it really fast. Let's see if we can do it.
Oh,
So
at the end,
it's
you're gonna
great
do
fun.
that part.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna.
Costumes?
Yes, there are many costume changes. That's actually my role in this production.
Oh my
is
gosh.
I'm, not to give anything away.
I think it's okay. People kind of know this is you anyway.
Okay, good. I'm the roller skating prop wench, which is an actual character in the show, and so I will be rolling out with costume changes and wig changes and a whole bunch of props that the director Rosie Ayers is.
So that crucial role in the theater is getting its due. You get to be on stage.
You bet.
On wheels.
On wheels. Yeah.
Plus, we have
see.
this fourth character that is kind of ambiguous in the script, so we can make her do whatever we want, really, which is exciting as well.
So just you wait, yes, and see. But
How large is the cast? Is it like a...
It's 3 people, and Mike Verdon and Kevin Harrington and myself.
Oh, Mike Baird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'd recently published on our YouTube channel, Mike did a performance over there in the Circle Square secondhand store in 1991. And I don't think it's got a lot of hits. It should get more.
Go see
People
Mike.
that don't know, Mike Baird is very multifaceted talent. So
He is. He's been in
Virginia City
doing stuff in
the brewery.
Missoula
Paul
forever.
was there for a long time.
This sounds like so much fun, and it's, I mean, it's kind of a phenomenon. It started in England, didn't it?
It did. I think
Original
87 was the
production?
first time it was performed.
Yeah, and now has MCT ever done it before?
Not that I know of, because I know they're considering it a little bit of a departure for them. This is a little racier, I think, than some of the material. So it's cool that they're kind of going out on a limb for this show. But I think you have a theater crowd, they're going to get it.
Right.
Because you couldn't
Is
do
it
it for...
age restricted then, or do it have a little warning like, oh, your 12-year-old's dying to go to the Shakespeare
I
thing?
think we'll see where we land, because there's a lot of, the playwrights themselves wrote at the beginning of the script that you can mess with. There's a lot of political references, things like that. They said, please update it. Please feel free to make these changes. So once we've kind of solidified where we're going with, because me and Mike Verdon, it could get a little spicy, and we're going to have to figure out what's okay and what's not.
Yeah. But also to bring in local political references or things.
I think, as long as we keep a balance, that can be really fun. But I guess it also depends on the parents. There'll probably be some people who'll be okay with their 12 or 13-year-old. Because I don't think there's a lot of swearing that I can think of. No. The Titus Andronicus stuff, because it does refer to the chopping up of limbs.
Right.
Wow. And I guess it can be funny, but it's also kind of disturbing. So
hilarious.
I had seen that as a play and also the film somewhere. It must have played at the Crystal.
Oh, the Julie Taymor version?
Yes.
Yeah. That was
and really extraordinary study in anger to me and revenge and this stuff. Like, it gets your blood boiling. What do you do with it?
And it's done as a cooking show.
So I guess this is going to be definitely a comedy, right?
Oh yeah, all the way through. Yeah, very funny. And one of the playwrights actually is going to be here to see it.
So. Are you kidding?
Yeah, he's got family.
That's amazing.
Who lives in the Missoula area. So
that's cool.
Wow.
It also is kind of.
Yeah, right. That kind of the stake raises the stake.
As long as we don't hear boo.
Too among the.
I
the
think
complete work. So.
I guess The Tempest would be a comedy.
Yeah.
Technically,
rolled in there.
Which is kind of their point that comedy, when it's Shakespeare, doesn't always
Not
mean
always.
funny.
Yeah,
like, I'm
people
not sure
still
why
die.
That was funny. Yes, terrible things happen, and I never laughed. But okay.
Right.
Well,
Comedy.
Scott put up the show synopsis. It's only like 3 sentences long.
Yeah.
That's
Abridged.
Abridged. Yes. Now, we had the dates up there just a second ago, but can you tell us again?
She knows the dates.
March 10th through the 13th is the first
just like
weekend.
Just like
Yeah,
Baird.
the same weekend,
Could
but
be
we
a lot
also
going
play
on.
for an additional weekend from the 16th through the 20th.
Oh, great.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and they're nightly performances on Wednesday through Saturday at 7:30, with Sunday evening at 6:30, and 2 matinees a week at 2 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays. So
Oh, this sounds
Yes.
fun. I'm not
It
going to
really
miss
does.
this. Yeah.
it's going to be a riot. Yeah.
All right.
And once again, folks watching it is in the Missoula Community Theater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
200 North Adams.
Yes, and feel free to call the box office, or you can go
Yeah.
online and get tickets.
And 728 Play.
Yep, easy to
box office.
remember.
With the information.
I know. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Just over time.
You remember some stuff
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
That's,
North
yeah.
Adams.
Well, good luck memorizing all those lines.
Oh,
And
yeah.
That's really where it's at.
That's
That's
gonna
where
be
the
a
Shakespeare
lot.
kind of comes in handy,
Well, that's
because
true.
I know a lot of it going in, but I'm also finding out that I don't know near as much of it as I thought I did.
And you're keeping the bard's language.
yes.
Yeah, that's kind of the fun of it, and kind of find that balance that the characters will be speaking, and then suddenly they're doing Shakespearean language,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they kind of come, So it's you have to really know and appreciate Shakespeare, but not be too precious with it, because it is also messing with the bard. So for some people,
well,
that
like
will
if people
be.
like Tom Stoppard's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern
Yeah.
are dead, for instance,
Yeah.
they're probably like in the flavor of it. They're like this.
And
They
he's so clever that you just you
Yeah.
can't. And and the first folio is going to be here during the run. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it's
very
it's going to be at the
Where, up at the
Mansfield.
U?
It's going to be at the
In the
Mansfield.
library?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's great.
Well,
exciting.
Selena and Bridget have been working in theater in this town and doing excellent work for a long time. And you're combined with your fellow actors. It's going to be fun.
That's going to be excellent.
Yeah. All right. We will sign up for that. And we have one more guest
Oh, we have
coming on
Alex
tonight.
coming from the Montana World Affairs Council.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Good news
So
for them.
We'll be right back with Alex.
Here's your bear spray, babe.
I don't need it. I can outrun them. Look, I ran track in high school.
No, you can't. You're not supposed to run from bears. And you did the shot put.
Okay, I'll spray down.
What? No, don't spray it!
My face is burning! My face is burning now!
When hunting in bear country, understand it puts you at risk. Be smart, be safe, be bear aware.
At Missoula Aging Services, you'll always be greeted with a warm welcome. Whether you are caring for an aging loved one or you're an older adult yourself, our friendly staff is ready to connect you to the help you need. You will always get unbiased advice, a free assessment of your needs, and personalized information about the resources available. See what we can do for you. Call 728-7682 or log on to MissoulaAgingServices.org.
Can you spot the person with a brain injury? How about here? Or here? You can't always see a brain injury. There are people all around us with brain injuries. Meet Adeline, who suffered a fractured skull from a sledding accident. This is Glenn, who fell from his work truck. Missy was the victim of a random act of violence. Join Brain Injury Alliance of Montana March 30th for Bowl for Brain Strong. For more information and volunteer opportunities, please visit biamt.org.
Come on, guys. Rolling? Good. When hiking in bear country like this, it's important to remember your essentials, like bear spray and knowing how to use it. Liam, where's my bear spray?
I put it in the bottom of your pack.
I didn't mean... How am I supposed to get it quickly?
When adventuring in bear country, remember, bring bear spray and know how to use it. Hike in groups, make noise, and don't run.
And we are back with Alex Sobin. She's the Executive Director of Montana World Affairs Council.
And congratulations on being Executive Director.
Thank you.
I hear this is a new position for you.
Yeah, brand new. I've been in the office, I think this is my 3rd week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great. And you're having your baptism by fire in the form of this upcoming event, right?
Yes. Yeah, so the Montana World Affairs Council, we're a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization, and we have upcoming one of our biggest global education events of the year. It's called Academic World Quest, and it's a high school trivia competition, but even more so than that, we've turned it into an entire day of international education events. So the kids show up in the morning. We have our founder, Ambassador Mark Johnson, give a talk about a pertinent global issue. So this year he's talking about the new face of terrorism, which is going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
I haven't heard this one before, so we're all looking forward to it. And then we have a foreign film discussion with Udo Fluke. He's from the university, and we're going to be talking about the refugee crisis this year. So we have a great film called #ChicagoGirl, and that is going to be screened in part, and then he'll do a breakdown of that film. And then the competition commences, and that's 10 rounds of 10 questions each. The kids go through. The winning team at the end of those 10 rounds, we send to Washington, D.C. for nationals.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Exciting.
It's pretty
And
exciting.
you know, Humanities Montana has been such a fan of this program for so long.
Goodness, Kim.
Well, it's just such a great thing. I mean, if getting kids involved and interested in global affairs isn't one of the most important things right now we could do, I don't know what is. So we were just able to tell Alex today that the board awarded them a 3-year sustaining grant.
Yes, we're very excited about that. So that's actually this year going to help us bring in schools from all corner of the states. We have 52 teams, and we were just able to get off the phone with Wolf Point earlier today and tell them that we can help them fund their trip.
Because these kids come from all over the state.
So
this is
really
not
exciting.
a Missoula event.
Right.
It's across the state. And one of the bigger events of its kind in the country, isn't that true?
It is, yeah. We've been the 3rd largest in the country for 6 years running, and it looks like we're going to be in that same place again this year. And considering we're one of the smaller councils as far as staff support goes, that's really exciting for us.
No, that's a great accomplishment. I don't know if either of you have seen, I'm sure people at home, some of them have seen recently a video, right, asking college-age students some pretty obvious historical questions, like which country did the United States rebel from?
Ooh, I don't know.
I have no clue what the Revolutionary War was about.
Yeah.
Asking them if they could locate things on a map. They're
Sure.
like, absolutely no clue where Mexico is. Things like this. Really, really frightening. But to the credit of the people in that video, they asked them like this trivia, you know, Kanye West was married to so-and-so, and Tupac
they know all of
Shakur
that
was,
stuff.
and the kids knew all of this stuff from pop culture. But as far as U.S., its role in the world, where it's been,
Nothing.
Nada. Just embarrassment across the board.
Now, another fun thing that I don't know if most people here in town know is you can go and attend the contest, right? Can you tell us about that?
Sure. So the international programming in the morning is exclusively for the students.
Right.
But in the afternoon at 4:30, that's when our big trivia competition begins. That's the start of Academic World Quest. So we do invite the community to come join us. We give you printed answer forms to fill out. So you can sit in the back, you can compete as well, see how you do. Maybe it will be that illuminating moment where you know more about Kanye, but yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and we definitely welcome them to come. We've got the mayor emceeing again this year. He's always
so good.
Great. Yep, the kids love him. So we're very excited to have him, and then unfortunately the public won't be able to attend, but we'll have the governor and President Royce Engstrom speaking in the morning to the kids doing the opening remarks.
Oh, it'll be so exciting for
The
these
governor's coming down
kids.
for
Yeah, we're really excited to have him.
Wow. And so the afternoon events that people can go and watch are where?
They will be in the 3rd floor of the University Center, so largely in the theater and the ballroom.
And is both areas, ballroom.
Yeah, we'll be around. We've got almost 300 students coming, so it's a bit of a challenge to put them all in.
Students. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So are there, is there a charge?
No, there's no charge to attend. Obviously, we'll be accepting donations. We are a nonprofit. We're funded completely by fabulous organizations like Humanities Montana, the Dennis and Phyllis Washington Foundation are big sponsors, and individual donations. So to be able to continue to put on programs like this and our Distinguished Speakers program, we're very grateful to all of our donors and sponsors.
And Scott had put up, the website had some really nice pictures.
There,
it is Montana World Affairs Council.org, all one string, as you see on
just
your
like that.
screen. And you can get more info about the day, or if you forgot, like many do, they're like, what? They can remember this, but not the specific.
Sure.
So they could visit your website.
Yes, please do visit montanaworldaffairs.org, and then you can find out more information about our upcoming events. We plan on screening a film called American Ambassadors a little bit later in the spring, and we're currently in the process of planning that. And then we have our European Union in the U.S. program coming in the fall.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so we're definitely looking for sponsors for that program. We're looking at September. Nothing has been completely hammered down yet, but it's going to be a mini conference on trade featuring a bunch of European Union member states. So it should be a lot of fun.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Scott says we gotta go soon.
Oh, darn.
Okay. Well, so February 23rd.
February 23rd, it's a Tuesday. Starting at 4:30, you can come and check out our
300 kids, over 300 kids.
From all over the state.
From Wolf Point, from where else? Where else?
We've got Phillipsburg, Troy, Montana, where else? Goodness, I even wrote them down because I knew I would forget. Superior, yeah, it should be really fun. And then, of course, all the local high schools are represented as well.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great opportunity. Go if you can. It's really, really fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Alex, for
Thank
coming.
you so much.
Thanks.
And good luck in your new job there.
Thanks.
So did
All right,
us?
I guess we gotta go.
That's it.
We told everyone about the logo, how it was the cat.
Yes.
Cat.
Oh, I'm not going to be here in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I'll be in
Missing
California.
Kim. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
for you. I'll just have to go solo. So thank you guys for joining us for this edition of Missoula Live. For MCAT, I'm Joel Baird.
And I'm Kim Anderson.
And we'll see you, you'll see her in a month. You'll see me in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.